Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is Rachel. We are here today at Moad talking to yet another one of our amazing entrepreneurs. I have a special guest, Monica Munoz. Monica, say hi.
Hi.
So Monica is the owner of
The Potter's Hand Counseling Services. It is a Christian-based counseling service that I provide primarily to women, children, and families.
Perfect, women, children, and families. So you said you've been doing this for 2 years.
Yes.
Okay, and your background in counseling, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I've been a licensed professional counselor since 2008. I've worked primarily with the local mental health authority. I worked with like women that had substance abuse issues, mental health issues, and then I went to work for an insurance company. Did assessments with kiddos and, you know, adults as well. And so, yeah, I've been in the helping field for a little over 10 years.
Wow. So you must have, it's part of your DNA, like helping people and dealing with people's. So I would think that for people who see that, there's the front end where it's like almost tragedy. And then after, you know, you come full circle. Like, do you have any specific stories where you saw somebody that was broken, or how did it turn out?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not really a specific story. I think it's just kind of seeing the impact of how God can definitely work in a person's life. When I first started doing counseling, I really wasn't incorporating my faith into the counseling sessions, and it wasn't until I was working with a specialized female program that I just started seeing how some of them did have a faith in God, and I love that how much of a difference I could see where when they allowed God and allowed the biblical truths to be a part of the session, it was just the healing process just seemed so much better.
I got goosebumps, which is funny because, you know, I was interviewing a couple of the other members the other day, and I don't know that a lot of people know that a lot of people know that Moad is the only, in the country, it is the only faith-based workspace. But so much so that, you know, when we're talking to other business owners, some people, what I've learned working for some of the biggest marketing and sales strategists in the world is some people lead their profession by their faith, others, you know, it's just a part of who they are. But I will tell you this, I will absolutely tell you this, there is a formula. My company XStream was built on that, that everybody that I know that's ever become successful in their work, that goes to bed at night feeling like they did something of, you know, a measure of worth, they all believe in something. And for me and the people that I work with, it's, you know, a Christian faith. For the people who are on the fence, like my 30-year-old entrepreneurs, they don't know yet that it's Christ, but they know there's something. They know there's some higher power. So it's really cool to get to interview you because your business is absolutely Christian-based counseling. Yes, absolutely. I think it is important that people are allowed to share their faith and to allow God to be a part of the sessions, to allow their faith, to allow the Word of God to be a part of their sessions. You know, a lot of people are hurting, and you know, I think it's great to be able to allow God to bring that healing, and just allowing me as a counselor to just be a tool, to be that vessel for Him. Interesting. So when we were speaking the other day, we were talking about how you had been in both, you're kind of in and out of both facilities. Yes. Without mentioning any names, we don't want to throw any brands under the bus. Tell us about your other experience at co-work space. Yeah, so like the other co-work space, it was, you know, of course, like I had shared initially, it was a blessing that, you know, this was a place where I started, but of course I hadn't done extensive research to realize that this place was here. But the other place it was a little tough. You know, of course, price is somewhat expensive, and I never really had a space to call my own. You know, prices were a little high, but at the same time, you know, I would have to carry my little luggage with my setup for the office. And unfortunately, if I want to check and see if there's mail, if I call, they charge for the call. To run a check for mail. To run a check for mail? Yeah, to check for mail. So I would, you know, I go up there periodically to see if I have mail, because if not, if I call, they charge me. And I understand it's part of the business, but
you know, I'm grateful for that place, but you know, I think I am so blessed to have found this place. And it was just by, you know, not coincidence, I believe in God incidences, that somebody that I just crossed paths with, it was like, hey, have you heard of the Moat Center? And I'm like, what? And when I looked them up, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, have you been to the other two? Because that's a nice thing. A lot of people don't realize. They think there's the airport location, but there's Bernie and Fair Oaks. Have you been to Bernie or Fair Oaks?
Not yet. Actually, you know, I've been so busy here. Praise God that I haven't had a chance to go over there and look at them. But I've heard they're really great.
Awesome. Well, really cool. So people can find you on Facebook?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And how do we find the Potter's?
The Potter's Hands counseling.org. That's the website. It's you know, www.thepottershands with an S counseling.org. And then you can go ahead and click on the Facebook page, and there you will just kind of find some devotionals, some notes, just scriptures, and you know, that hopefully will bless women, because that's my primary focus, and marriages. And so yeah,
so women. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the takeaway for our viewers out there, when people don't go through counseling and they need it, what do you think the adverse effects are versus the positive effects?
A lot of times I think some people are afraid to share, feel that, you know what, if I just, you know, don't talk about it, suppress it, it'll go away. A lot of times, you know, from what I've learned is that, you know, when we don't share our emotions, it's going to come out some way or another, whether it be stress, anxiety, you know, feelings, you know, negative thoughts, back pain, you know, neck pain. A lot of times it's being able to just share your experiences. And you know, when I have this little box that says, tell your story, it matters, because your stories do matter. You know, we're all here for a purpose, and it's being able to work through whatever you have gone through to be able to share your story and help someone else.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that gives, it's almost like it's poetic in a way that, you know, I think from what I'm hearing from you, it's that people go through life internalizing and trying to put a band-aid on this gaping wound, and they don't realize that it's not only healing, it's healing for them, but it's healing for other people, because there is this story, this tapestry that's woven.
That's right. That's right.
That becomes somewhat of a ministry to other people.
Yeah, we're all here for a purpose.
Awesome. Well, it was so fun today. Good to get to know you. And ladies and gentlemen, if you need any counseling services, again, more geared towards women and children, families, come meet Monica Munoz. She's just as cool in person as you see her on video. So that's all for today. Tune in for our next upcoming episode.